Okay, we're at the beginning of February 2012. We're doing another update video here of a Super Microlight home-built helicopter. I'm going to kind of do a brief overrun of what we've done before, said before, so those catching up and not seeing the previous videos will know. What we're doing here is we're taking the absolute minimal amount of material and or space to create a microlight helicopter. This one here is not only super light, but will also be extremely safe in its design and strength. This helicopter here weighs approximately 105 to 110 pounds, and that will be complete. What we'll do is move in here, show a basic run up of it. Not going to go into a whole lot of detail as I've done so in the other videos, but what we have here is a coaxial hub. These helicopters are all completely scratch built. There are no parts available. You have to create them. This hub here is a coaxial, which means the upper hub turns in one direction, the lower hub turns in another direction when the vehicle is running. What that creates is a knockout of the need of a tail rudder system, which makes this an extremely easy helicopter to fly. Most of you that know helicopters are not an easy machine to fly. This helicopter should be relatively easy. The only controls that we actually have, as we come down here to the control, is going to be a throttle, as you can see here. We're also going to have the availability to turn it. As you can see, the way the control arm comes up and then it pivots right down in there. So the entire upper section, as you see here, this entire area here, the motor system, all will pivot. By pivoting, that gives you your control. Now, as you also might have noticed down below here, we do have a rudder system. Mind you, this is not a tail rotor setup. By pushing on your pedals, you'll be able to turn to your right and left. That linkage runs underneath the chair. Excuse me for the blurriness. Comes up behind and then actuates the control lever in the rear here, which controls the rudder. The system back here, as you'll see, we have some springs. Those springs are made to stabilize the heavy weight of the head. The head itself is not heavy, but of course with the rotor system up here, and the hub will weigh approximately 20 pounds, I believe is what it is, this one. The blades are extremely light. We're using Ivoprop 84-inch ultralight blades that are set up on the hub instead of an actual rotor blade system. Given the motor weight is approximately 52 pounds full running weight, that's extremely light for the 35 horsepower it produces. This is a Vortex karting motor. It's a Super Rock. Again, collectively adding all the weight up, that's why these springs are in the back here. The block you see holding here is just a sitting block. It's made to stabilize the head until I can get the other springs, which will be mounted up in here to stabilize the front too. So this piece you see with the wood block and this will not be needed at all. Again, as you can see, the seat is also extremely minimal. We have these cross members here that come up that would protect you in case you were to turn on your side. But as you will see, the foot path of this thing here, it's pretty much just a big square. The legs were spayed out quite a bit more than what they really needed to be, but that was for safety. Again, the motor being used right here, you see, is just the motor of the Super Rock, but it will have an exhaust system which would wrap around over here. On the other side, we would have the carburetor set up onto it, as well as the radiator system, which I believe is going to be mounted here. I have to see once I get everything up and running how I'm going to do it. Again, like I said, I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter as I've already gone into a lot of the detail of the general dynamics of these super microlight little helicopters. But I figured I'd give everybody an update, at least up until this point. Flight testing expected to hopefully hit by the end of spring if I can get more time to work on it and get everything else finished and finalized. And then we can test this little bird out in the field here. And for those of you that are watching this video and might feel like responding, I'm just going to mention one other real quick thing, and that is that these aircraft are made and designed to go no more than approximately 30 feet above the ground. They're like motorcycles that you would cruise around in the field with. To fly this thing any higher or at any actual altitude with a motor out, engine out situation would be a death sentence. So again, these are, you got to keep it realistic on what you're building these for. This is just to build a super micro, little fun field vehicle, again, to go no more than 20-30 feet above the ground. Forgot to mention there, the rotor blade diameter mounted on the hub is 8 feet, for those that also might be interested. Okay, with that, I think I will wrap this up and give further updates as we get more developed here in the next few months. Be another video coming. Thanks.